After more than 20 years of NCIS, former special agents Anthony DiNozzo and Ziva David are stepping squarely into the spotlight with a story fans have long been waiting for, a series focused exclusively on Tony and Zea.
And the joke writes itself.
I caught up with Michael Weatherly and Cote de Pablo in July at San Diego Comic-Con, where NCIS Tony and Zea was welcomed by thousands of fans in one of the convention's largest ballrooms. For the actors, their very first San Diego Comic-Con was a reminder that the show has always been about more than just cases and crime scenes.
Well, it's an extraordinary thing to walk into a room filled with people that are there because they love this thing that you spent hundreds and maybe thousands of hours
you were so
doing.
invested in.
Yeah.
So it's like a warm hug.
And although Weatherly and de Pablo are quick to note the common DNA between the flagship NCIS series and their spinoff, they also say a big part of the new show's appeal is getting to focus on their characters' relationship.
There were always these sort of like B stories or silver lining stories that would even arc through seasons, like something like Truth or Consequences in season 7, or the beginning of that real storyline, which was at the end of season 6,
right,
where you go back to Israel and everything. These stories, if you were to just lift them out, actually live kind of like what our show is
exactly.
now.
Of course, converting a beloved network procedural into a serialized streaming series is every bit as complicated as it sounds. With the first season of NCIS Tony and Zea under his belt, executive producer John McNamara shared his insights on how the challenges involved with the new series compared to those of other shows in the NCIS franchise.
The hardness of a procedural is trying to pack in a crime, an investigation, and emotional characters and relationships in 44 minutes. The challenge of a 10-episode kind of almost mega movie is the opposite. You're plotting out something where you're setting up things in episode 1 that are going to pay off in episode 4, that are going to pay off in episode 8, and hopefully lead to a climax in 10. So it's much more like plotting a novel or a screenplay or something that's self-contained.
While no one was eager to disparage the quality of a well-done procedural, like all of the other entries in the NCIS franchise, Weatherly and de Pablo were quick to point out at least one advantage of the new gig.
We really wanted to give the fans an answer to all of their questions when we traveled abroad.
You mean
and
you
all
didn't
that
want to
stuff.
do, boss, I think I found something. We should get it to the mass spectrometer in the lab. Abby might have something to say about it.
As much as I miss the characters around us,
Yes,
I have to say, sort of focusing our energy into telling the story of Tony and Ziva is really gratifying. And I think the fans have been waiting for it for a long time, so this is really for them.
At this point in the interview, Michael Weatherly got an unexpected video call from his young son, Liam.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
my son. Hey man, I'm in the middle of an interview.
And it made me think about how much time I spent watching NCIS when I was growing up.
Last question for you both. I know for a lot of people, including myself, NCIS has always been sort of comfort TV to them.
Yeah.
I would go over to my Uncle Bill and Aunt Gloria's house growing up, and they would have NCIS reruns on USA Network basically every day.
All day.
And I was wondering, what is your version of that? What is your comfort TV?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that's a good one.
See, I have a lot of it.
Oh, you do have a lot. But I have a lot too. During the pandemic, believe it or not, it was a lot of Anthony Bourdain.
Okay.
I used to watch all the travel shows, and because he had so many seasons, he had done it for so long, it was just kind of amazing because we couldn't travel also because the pandemic was happening and the restrictions and all that stuff. It was really nice to be able to travel with someone. And so I can say I traveled all over the world, even though I was in my house and I couldn't leave. That I binged on that. A lot of like HGTV stuff too.
Do you want to hear a really crazy one?
Oh, definitely.
Which one?
So when I went away to college, which was back before they had color television, but back through
Not
the mists
true.
of time, Magnum PI was on reruns, and I was kind of homesick because I was going to school thousands of miles away from home, and Magnum PI was like this warm blanket, and I could be with Thomas Magnum and Rick and TC and Zeus and Apollo, and then for me, 20 years later, to be working with Don Belisario, who created the show that used to make me feel that way. And then it turns out that's the kind of show he creates, is the one, because he's made Quantum Leap, people feel that way about, Magnum PI, Jag, all these shows. So Thank you, Don Belisario,
Yeah.
who's getting ready to turn 90 years old.
Yes, and we're going to his party.
Yes.
Very fun.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it and can't wait to see more of the show.
Thank you.
The first 3 episodes of NCIS Tony and Zea begin streaming on September 4th on Paramount Plus, with weekly episodes to follow every Thursday until the finale on October 23rd.